Return of the King, as some might say. Did I leave? Yeah, I left for a second. Anyway, we are now back. We are going to be doing YouTube footage, and we're going to be doing it consistently this time. I will start recording stuff for like a little bit, then I'll take a breather, then I'll record a little bit, then I'll take a longer breather, then I record a lot, then I just sit on the footage for a while, and that's a lot of what my content has been. But guess what? Now I'm actually going to hold myself to the standard of getting like 2 videos done per week. I think that is very doable at the bare minimum. There might be some weeks where I do more, some where I hopefully don't do any less than, but the goal is at least 2 YouTube videos a week because I think longer form content is where I might thrive. I don't know. I haven't been doing the short term stuff for a while. Haven't blown up just yet, but you know, we're getting there. So yeah, so we got some good stuff going on there. And it's going to be a new gym day, or checking out a new gym that's kind of local, because where I substitute taunt today, I just don't want to it's like kind of 18 minutes to get to the highway, then another like 20-ish to get down to the gym, and then another 20 back. I'd rather just work out here, drive the 20 minutes back home, have it be a good, simple, easy day. So we're going to do that. It's nice to call Dad. I'm like, hey, how do you feel about filming? They're like, you can film. Probably because I sounded a little silly when I asked, to be honest. But then again, if we're not silly, what are we doing? So I will see you at the gym. I don't really feel like doing a car talk for a 7-minute drive, so we'll just kind of cut right to the chase. Also, it's also admittedly going to be a little, I say, annoying. This is one of the reasons I want to get like a camera kind of deal, so I want to get a newer camera that can kind of have things flip so I can see that I'm in frame, because right now I don't know. I'm utilizing the cinematic iPhone 14 Max Pro cam right now. Try to get more of just like a better, I don't know, I've been very obsessed with video quality as of late, and that's one of the main reasons I want a camera, because it's like, I don't know, I feel like to make better quality would inherently make me want to make better quality videos of sorts, you know, opposed to just like, you know, editing other things like the substance of said videos. You know, you are what you think you are, and I don't know, when I'm just using like iPhone cameras, it makes me feel like I am cheap. But that's besides the point. So, oh golly, interesting. The other week I was having some right shoulder issues. Now this week, maybe left shoulder. Alrighty, that's fun. It's wonderful. I better be in frame this time. That's also the annoying part about the cinematic cam. It looks nicer. It looks really much nicer. But you can't zoom in and all that stuff. You have to, like, you're either just, I think, 1x of the camera thing, or you're 3 times zoomed in, which looks not great. So, not gonna really get the full range of motion for this shot, but it's something. Okay. Okay. 75 it. Honestly, it'd be really nice to hit something equating to 40 soon. Right over. Okay. Oh God. Okay. Feeling that one. Oh jeez. I was solid 8. I was getting close to 8 though. I'm gonna try to bump it up. Next rep. The cable says 80. It's gonna be the equivalent of like 40 pounds though. 40-pound cable lateral raise. Can't complain. I got a new client dude guy who has a show coming up. I say coming up, May 26th. The benefit of that being, I have another guy I'll be bringing to stage, which is nice, even though we have like a plan. It's gonna be like a light bulk up, not a light, just like a main gain situation, and then going from there, because contrary to what people might think, main gaining, efficient. Oh God. Feeling that one. Usually I do a good virgin chest press right here, but they don't really have a good one. So, flat Smith it is. Simple enough. I don't even know what the main goal for this one is. Let's see. The one thing I say about these Smith machines, they can move around. They're always so much heavier. Yep. I just feel like it sucks. Screw it, I think I'm gonna do like a rest pause situation. Just, I know, I feel like the weight's attacking me and I'm not attacking the weight. I'm not a fan of that. Hey. Okay. Alright, I had to hunt around for this one. Jeez, I was thinking, I don't have a cable kind of setup that I can utilize, so maybe I try with dumbbells. I don't know what I was thinking. There ain't no way to get a proper tension profile with dumbbells without what I was trying to do. So, next best bet is probably going to be maybe opposed to 2 sets, just singular hard drop set kind of rendition of the incline press. Because the arm path, arm movement is pretty much still what we want it to be. Gotta kind of keep the hand a little closer to achieve the main intended goal and just watch the elbows. But if you think enough, you do enough, it'll be good. You gotta think about these things prior to doing them. Unfortunately, execution isn't everything. Playing beforehand helps, so we roll with it. 3 plates. We saw what happened when I did 2 with the Smith bench, but then again, kind of a different setup. There's more moving around than I'm used to. I have to cope, but I'm coping. So now we're stable. Time to work things that are meant to be worked. I just really need to take a deep breath and go for it, because singular set, singular stupid hard set, probably a drop set. Probably only gonna be a bit, not too many. If I can get like 4, I'll be happy. If not, it is what it is. Okay. Touch. Okay. That's fine. Who am I? I'm not a guy who... Oh, that's where you can pull off. Okay. Okay. Oh. You probably get one more set. Contrary to what I said, but yeah. I'd like more chest, and I'm feeling up to it. Why not? Okay. Oh golly, I'm supposed to be doing lat pullovers, cable lat pullovers, but oh golly, I might have to. Probably want to try out this machine, but I'm short. This will be a close one. I really just want to do a heavy row. I can't lie. I'm not gonna try to justify this one because I just want to do a heavy row. Okay, so I'm gonna hold on to this sucker for dear life. I'd slow down until I see God or a checkered flag, whatever that one is. Okay. I actually have to do a cable pullover. This is one of the worst row machines I've ever used. Well, I was fortunate enough to find possibly the crustiest straps I've ever seen, but they are straps nonetheless. So right now we're on a Wecore seated row machine. And this is an interesting deal, but it's gonna get the job done. Honestly, at this point, that's what really matters. Oh God. God. Okay. Right. Contrary to how I sounded, I do need to be a little bit heavier. Set of repetitions. And then I guess I'll nail this. I think this is one set. This might be two. I feel like it's two. We'll see what happens. Today's definitely a feeler day. Not too much is necessarily on plan, and that's okay. Okay, full stack. As we should. Okay. Oh, jeez, it's actually kind of nice. The whole thing, because they got a crap ton of different attachments here, which is wicked. And so we have these like cuffed, strap feeling things that are actually just meant for things so you don't have to use your hands. So that's nice and anabolic, and yeah, this is definitely. I was supposed to be doing long rope oriented ordeal, so it's time to start doing long rope oriented stuff and things. So when in doubt, actually do what you're supposed to be doing. Oh, fudge. Okay. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Yeah, I'd say toasted. Now just preacher curls. Because eventually we will be preacher curl in the 50s. Okay, here we go. What the hell? Okay, assisted 45s it is. Now I'm gonna say that this place, unfortunately, more or less seems pretty anti, like, no shirt in the gym. So we gotta work with what we got kind of in the locker room whilst people are not in here. So we gotta pull one of these fancy numbers where it's like, oh, someone's in, stop. Oh, someone left, go back to it. Oh, and all that other stuff. So let's see what we can pull off as far as closing footage, because in Italy, I mean, there's a really good place. I think those preacher girls, that lighting right there was immaculate, but you know, we don't get to spend this all the time in that space, and definitely can't go shirtless right there at this hour of day. So it is what it is. Alright, just kind of speed running. Okay, so admittedly, it's a little bit later. That car talk never ended up happening. So I'm just gonna kind of do a makeshift one right here in the comfort of my own little home because, yeah. Well, sorry, what ended up going down, actually, I'll grab some fun things and stuff. I'll be right back. So I ended up stopping at a couple stores after I was done with the whole gym thing, yes. And one of those things that I stopped at Dollar Tree. Essentially, they have these 0-cal, like, kind of prebiotic soda kind of deals, which taste okay enough, and they're fun. So I've been, every time I buy one, it's like, I'll grab a couple, just kind of stock up on them, because it's like a short stint, it looks like they're doing in Dollar Tree, so I'm just going to kind of pile up, because mainly they have 0-cal cream sodas, and you do not find those very often, like diet cream sodas, general just cream soda things, hard to find. So, with that in mind, I stopped at a Dollar Tree. However, they didn't have those sodas. But what they did have for that similar price of around $125, might have been $150 for these actually, was a crap ton of books. And the thing is, I'm a nerd and I want to start reading more again. I think, I'm trying to do this thing unintentionally, but also kind of intentionally, becoming a Renaissance man, or like aspiring to be of a Renaissance man type of dude, where essentially it's like, you're reading a lot, you're playing music, you're doing art, you're also, building a good body, and all this other stuff, like good mind, good ability to do stuff, and good brain, and I think I said mind already, but you know what I mean. So I got a crap ton of books, which is pretty rad. I'm just going to kind of go through which ones I got. So, first we have Soulbriety here by Alyssa Hallerman, and this is pretty much the little kind of caption right here is a plan to heal your trauma, overcome addiction, and reconnect with your soul. Mainly the reconnect with your soul portion is what seemed interesting to me about it. I think having the methods and stuff, knowing how to deal with things like addiction, because screen addiction to maybe people's feelings on myself. Like, we are addicted to so many things that we don't quite realize. I think to have some introspective on how to deal with those things would be very nice. So this seems like it'll be a fun read. Next, we have Deeper Mindfulness, the 8-week feeling tone program. I did not really realize this was a program of sorts. But the new way to rediscover calm in a chaotic world by Mark Williams and Danny Penman. Now, the thing with this one, what was its deal? Let me quickly check the inside. There are moments in life that decide your fate. They ripple into the future and dictate how you experience the world in moments that follow, either positive and uplifting, or dark, chaotic, or dull and flat. What if you could recognize these moments before they took control of your life? What if you could use them to set sail for a better future? What if all moments, big and small, could be harnessed in this way? So I guess it's a deep of mindfulness. Is the whole point of it is just to kind of get a better feeling of like what's good, what's bad, and be able to act accordingly based on that. Come on, track it. Yeah, that's right. Zoom in, focus on this. It's actually kind of cool. I got the cinematic cam going for my front cam, which looks freaking phenomenal, at least from this distance. It might look worse when I go to post it and look at it closer, but for now it looks cool. And I like the AF tracking or autofocus tracking. It's cool. Everything around me is blurred, but it's like nifty. And this is one of the positives of the iPhone and all that stuff, is that the autofocus is pretty dang okay. Anyway, I'll talk more about cameras probably in a later thing once I get a camera. But anyway, next we have Marina Kadikal, Your Time to Thrive. Alrighty, I'm hoping that the audio is going to be okay enough. My mic definitely just died, so I'm going to go over the last book that I did just in case it didn't quite get caught on camera. So Your Time... Oh, yeah, zoom in a little bit. There we go. It's going to be reversed anyway. I might have to like reverse the image for a quick hot second. But Your Time to Thrive by Marina Kuykendall. And yeah, pretty much another self-help book. Like making the small changes to make big changes kind of ideas right there. Then we have Dedicated, the case for commitment in an age of infinite browsing. As a doom scroller, this seemed very interesting, you know? Most of us had this experience browsing through countless options on Netflix, unable to commit to watching any given movie, and losing so much time skipping reviews and considering trailers and all that other stuff. Now, I think this is a great topic, but instead of Netflix, Instagram, TikTok, like looking into, for me, it's browsing all the different endeavors that I could go into and use my time for and never really committing to one. So I think in a roundabout way, this will help. At first I thought Pete Davis, it was like Pete Davidson and all that stuff, and I was like, oh, what the heck did he write about being dedicated to? No, different guy. And then we have The Joy of Well-Being, which is by Colleen and Jason Wachab. Oh, that's kind of cool, a little couple. Anyway, a practical guide to a happy and healthy and long life. And I think the title kind of gives it all of what we're looking for there. Just general things, live positively, live nicely, and things like that. So that was the big buy there. And then the main reason I thought to begin with and notice there was a Dollar Tree is because I went to go buy alfalfa hay for my rabbit, because I have a rabbit. But yeah, and yeah, I guess now with the fun stuff out of the way, fun if you like books, the more interesting parts, let's talk about how that gym was. So, if you could see anything from the stuff. So, Newaygo Fitness, name of the place. I like it. I love the energy. The guy who runs it, very open and like cool with mics, cameras, all that fun stuff, which makes for an easy life with content creation, which is nice because I'm actually going there tomorrow to then film a leg day, which I'm very hyped about because I need to get more leg days on this page. I am chronically posting my upper days. I am not recording my leg days that often because I feel like my legs are weaker. When I get the right camera angle where it's like actually a more kind of, it shows what my physique is kind of camera angle, they're good. I have solid legs. It's just like, it's hard to get them looking nice. So we'll be doing that tomorrow, which is nice. Their leg equipment, top notch. The one thing I will say, I was a little underwhelmed by the machine selection because there were plenty of machines I could target different muscle groups, but it was just a thing where it's like the machines that they had for certain muscle groups, you kind of looked and went, really? And that's me being picky. That's me being very fickle, very just like a nerd who has a program that he wants to follow and things like that. But I mean, heck, if you were a power lifter in that kind of location, it's game over. Because anything for that regard you want. Your general kind of lifter dude, you go there, anything you could ever need, boom, it's right there. And that's wonderful. And I could definitely adjust my program if that were a place I were to go consistently to adapt to the kind of equipment and things they have. The problem being is just like, it's just a lot of free weight things. So I went there today and I got nerfed. I got very nerfed by some of the equipment they had just because it was something that my body was not too terribly used to handling. The biggest thing that humbled me was that like Smith rack thing that could move around, because I lifted with those before, but like it's been a long while since I've touched anything like it. So the act of the free arm path per se and all that stuff, frick, I only got a couple of what I'd assume would be 225, then I had to go down from there, which is nutty to me. because I mean I'm typically able to move at least 3 plates for a little bit on most chest press oriented machines. Mind you, I know different mechanisms and stuff, but rough. And then again, and also cable machines. There's one cable machine that has the ability to be kind of like, you know, a fly kind of cable machine. And it was broken. One of the things was broken. So, I mean, I think I mentioned this in the video, possibly in the footage if the mic caught it well enough. It's just like, I had to try around and check around. I ended up having to resort to doing a just kind of inclined chest press, because that was the only thing that was there that would actually target the upper chest in a sense that would be close enough to replicate the kind of incline fly. And I tried it with dumbbells, it just didn't work as well because I wanted to keep the tricep out of it, because the triceps got some love today between all the pressing motions and then also the kind of behind the head machine, which wasn't, in retrospect, it wasn't as nice as I was kind of feeling the moment. The novelty of new equipment definitely hit me hard while I was there. In any gym I go to where it's like, oh, new thing, it's like squirrel, and I'm hyped for it. It seems so cool. Then you use it and then you do it, and then after the fact you're just like, that was mid. It was pretty mid, man. But you know, it was a fun gym, a good place, $10 day pass. So for some reason, if you're in Newaygo, Michigan, and that's another thing I want to mention, it's so weird living where I live, because I am just like, I am one in a couple thousand, like a bodybuilder in my area. There's like me, another guy I know of, and maybe like a couple more people in like a college that's like 20 minutes away from me. And maybe 20 might be pushing it even. But even then, serious lifters, people can actually like, you know, hop on a stage if they could right now, and people would be like, oh, that's pretty nifty. Not a lot of us. So, yeah, I mean, but with that though, it's been nifty. And then other life update things, it's been life. And I got a cool development maybe. So for those who don't know, I studied music education for 2 years, and then I kind of took a break to do some substitute teaching, just figuring out what I wanted to do with life. And now I'm going back to school to get my music degree. Then I'm going to get my education certification through the state of Michigan, opposed to kind of paying for the classes. Because why would I pay for something that I could get for free and all that awesome stuff through state programs? So we're going to go that route. Band teacher, maybe. It's weird. The weird thing about wanting to do the whole band teacher thing, the music teacher thing, the just general public education teacher thing, is this dude I do bodybuilding. And that plus teaching is just odd in the sense that it's like it's just kind of weird. For like, you know, if I had a kid and I decided to be like, hey, sending you to school with your teacher who plays trumpet but also poses down in spray tan, oil, and a Speedo, like that is just not the greatest thing ever. And it's not like a bad thing inherently. I don't think it's bad by any means. But at the same time, a lot of people are going to have problems. So I worry about job retention if I really decide to take that path. But on the upside, I at least need that bachelor's degree to go into other avenues that I would like to go down. And heck, I'm thinking about even doing then getting the bachelor's, then going to a community college to get some kind of associates in something a little bit more applicable in what I want to go into. Because at least having an actual bachelor's degree plus an associate's is like, hey, I can do the stuff and things. Let me learn the ways of certain stuff and things. And the coaching thing, it's picking back up again. Every time I say this, I tend to shoot myself in the foot. But I've had 2 people reach out to me in the last 2 days, and that is wonderful. Because once again, I need to get my feet back under me. I did this whole thing where I'm like, hey, I'm done with coaching, and I had like 12 guys on my roster, but I'm like, I'm done. And it was dramatic, but I wasn't getting paid enough to warrant the amount of work I was doing in the late nights, and it just unfortunately didn't line up the greatest for that. But we live and we learn, fresh start. We're working with completely new people, because I think everyone I was working with doesn't want to work with me anymore. And that's okay. That's all right. And I completely understand them for their maybe wants and dislikings towards me. There was one guy for a second who kept leaving hate comments on a lot of my stuff, which I get, but even then, he left my team like 2 months before I kind of dropped everybody, which is just bizarre. But we live and we learn. I'm a better coach now than when I was. So, I mean, the prices I want to be charging are now way more acceptable, I feel, which is wonderful. Because, honestly, I mean, the dream for me right now, like what I would love to be doing in the future and, you know, kind of envision, like part-time educator, lecturer of some kind. you know, just in little ways to help out, because I want to help out with public education. It's just one of those things where it is such an important aspect of life that we just need more strong-minded, strong-bodied people a part of, to show that, like, there's value. Because I mean, we heavily, like, value is just based on people's, like, thoughts on things. Like, to be real, the only reason a dollar is worth a dollar is because people think it's worth that much. So you put higher quality people in public education as, like, people who are helping, wanting to be a part of it, inherently it's going to be viewed as more valuable, you know? So that's what I'm hoping to maybe bring back. Honestly, I want to get into politics, or at least the political sense of, like, revamping public education, because everybody's having problems with public education right now. The students have a problem with it, the teachers have a problem with it, administrators are having problems with the people who are in it, and it's just like, it's this whole giant mess that I feel just needs to have way more communication through and through. And I mentioned the problems parents are having and all of that stuff. So we gotta reconsider what we're doing, and I don't mind. I would not mind, you know, starting a little campaign of my own just to get things on a better track, because I believe that education, it can change kids for the better. Like, I mean, for me, my whole story, I went through it just kind of believing it's like, okay, doctor, lawyer, something like that. But then I discovered music, and I got a lot happier. And yeah, music has been always this one thing where I can always resort to, turn to, and it's going to bring joy. Not necessarily from the aspect of just, like, the sound itself, because there are sometimes I can't stand to listen to music, but there are times in which it's more or less the human nature of music that I find so appealing and so amazing. Like, one of the best songs of all time, because of a mistake in my opinion, is going to be, I think it's like Warren Zevon's, I forgot his name exactly. He was just inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but mainly Werewolves of London. There's this one specific part where it's like, ah, ooh, werewolves, London, ah, ooh. And then it goes, bum, bum. He was having a pina colada. His hair was perfect. But, and literally, it's a cut in, like, the actual film or the tape that they were using to record it. It's like, his hair was perfect. And you can just hear the cut. And it's the human nature of that. It's like, that's so imperfect. It's beautiful. And it always gives me a chuckle. It always makes me just, like, really love that song even more. Because I've been listening it to years. I just never noticed it. But then the more you listen, the more you hear, the more you can appreciate. So that's why I like music as much as I do. And that's why, out of all the things in education, that's why I'm drawn towards it. Because, I mean, like, I think, oh my gosh, I was subbing for a chem class today, and just, like, I wish I could recall how to do chemistry better. And I wish there was just a way for me to do chemistry more often in my day-to-day life, but I don't work in that realm of things, so it's really hard to make that an applicable thing. Wherein I feel like the abilities that music give you are way more day-to-day applicable, you know? I have passions and liking for things, but I also like things to actually, you know, matter in the real world in a sense. But yeah, with all that, I mean, leg day tomorrow, subbing at the same school tomorrow, gonna be at the same gym tomorrow. A cool opportunity. Oh, I don't know if I even got to the cool opportunity. But yeah, there's a chance I could be a long-term band director and also conduct a Christmas concert for school. There's a chance it's probably not going to happen. I've been so far removed from, like, the music academia world for so long. I'm going to put my best foot forward. I'm going to be busting my butt to get it to happen, because I think it'll be really fun and a really good opportunity and stuff to really see if, you know, it's what I want to be doing in an extent. And of course, it's not going to be like, oh, I'm going to go test it out, because I'd be put in charge of a concert. Ugh. So I'd really want to do my best and, like, nail it for the sake of myself, the students, and the teacher that would be trusting the program with me. So that's the big thing. Will it happen? I don't know. My only real chance of having a shot there is if, like, there's no one else in the area that's really willing to do it and has, you know, better credentials than me. So, you know, it's a long shot. It might not go anywhere. But then, you know, worst case scenario, I tried. And honestly, I think that's a great worst case scenario. I think more people should be okay with realizing that trying is, you know, one of the best worst case scenarios out there. But yeah, felt swole. Had a good, like, post-workout meal. My boobs hurt. Just for the sake that it was a lot of pressing today. But, you know, we push hard, we get larger. That's what we like to try to do. Anyway, with that, see you the next time. Bye.